No, guys, just wanted to report on this article that just recently dropped. U.S. intelligence community report says pulse electromagnetic energy could cause Havana syndrome. An intelligence panel investigating the cause of a spate of mysterious incidents that have struck dozens of U.S. officials across the globe has said that some of the episodes could possibly have been caused by pulsed electromagnetic energy emitted by an external source, according to an executive summary of the panel's findings released Wednesday. But the panel stopped short of making a definitive determination, saying only that both electromagnetic energy and, in limited circumstances, ultrasound could explain the key symptoms, highlighting the degree to which the murky illness is known colloquially as Havana syndrome. Pardon me if I mispronounced that. Colloquially, colloquially. Seems pretty close to me. Okay, as Havana syndrome has remained one of the intelligence community's most stubborn mysteries. Oh yeah, I'm still gonna label it a mystery, huh? Okay. We learned a lot. Intelligence official familiar with the panel's work told reporters, speaking on anonymity under terms set by the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. While we don't have the specific mechanisms for each case, what we do know is you report quickly and promptly, get medical care. Most people are getting well. Yeah, except of those. Most people are regular civilians who's been ignored, saying that we too are victims of this technology. But okay, CIA assesses it's unlikely Havana syndrome is due to sustained worldwide campaign by a foreign country and intern report. The finding largely confirms a national academies of science report from late 2020 that found directed pulse radio frequency energy to be the most plausible mechanism in explaining these cases, but also stopped short of making a firm determination. The so-called experts panel is made up of medical, scientific, and engineering Pacific. See, look, you see how they threw in that the so-called experts, but when it comes to talking about the vaccine, then it's straight the experts. But now that it's like they're trying to downplay it and cast doubt that it's not this and that they're uncertain. The so-called experts. Why did they have to say the so-called experts? Any other time when dealing with any other thing, they're labeled the experts, especially when it comes to this medical jargon. But okay. The so-called experts panel is made up of medical, scientific, and engineering specialists who have access to classified information about the incidents. Officials emphasized that its work was focused only on uncovering the potential mechanism behind what the government calls anomalous health incidents and did not examine who, if anyone, might be responsible. An interim report issued last month by a separate CIA task force examining who might be behind the episodes found that it was unlikely Russia or any other foreign adversary is conducting a widespread global campaign designed to harm U.S. officials. But the agency also did not rule out a nation state, including Russia, might be responsible for roughly 24 cases that investigators have been unable to explain by any other known cause. And then it just goes on more about, some of the cases that happened, here recently. And it seems to me that it don't seems to me, we all could see that they are downplaying the extent of what's really going on. They really do not know. They really, let me read this article, this section of the article. Sources of radio frequency energy, on the other hand, are known to exist, could generate the required stimulus, and concealable and have moderate power requirements, the panel said. Using non-standable antennas and techniques, the signals could be propagated with low loss through air for hundreds of meters, and with some loss through most building materials. These people know exactly what's going on. I don't know why they're acting as if though They're complete clueless behind it. Victims have reported being struck by the confluence of symptoms in embassies and personnel residence around the globe, and in at least one instance at open air spotlight in a foreign country in open air. Wow. Both pulse electromagnetic energy, particularly in the radio frequency range and ultrasonic arrays, could feasibly cause the four core symptoms the panel found. Both could originate from a concealable source, but ultrasound can't travel through walls, the panel found, restricting its applicability to scenarios in which the source is near the target. So that's the neighbor. That's them planting devices and this type of tech in your house to increase the effects of it and things of that nature. They're fully aware of what's going on, but this is, I guess, a form of desensitizing. This has to be. Well, anyway, hopefully it'll continue to come out. And hopefully, let me see, although officials declined to say how many cases the panel examined as part of its inquiry, they say they studied cases that met four core characteristics: the acute onset of sounds or pressure, sometimes in only one ear or on one side of the head, simultaneous symptoms of vertigo, loss of balance, and ear pain, a strong sense of locality or directionality, and the absence of any known environment or medical conditions that could have caused the other symptoms. Yeah. Well, hopefully, us continue to, make our voices heard and continue to advocate against this. We'll continue to hopefully shine more light on the situation, and hopefully we can get some help. I mean, I try to remain hopeful in the situation. Let's see how it turns out.